Go for a walk? You guys want to go for a walk?
Kinsley does. She's ready.
We'll go walk the perimeter fence. Well, the internal
perimeter fence.
Your guys' new boundary, because you can't stay in our yard. I told you the other day that they escaped over to Howie and Rita's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Yeah. That was when you had company.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Welcome.
Howdy.
Welcome to Thursday.
Wednesday. Oh yeah,
Wednesday, their Thursday.
That's where I always get confused.
Yep.
But you're assuming people are all on Thursday, which they're not.
Welcome to whatever day it is that you're watching this.
Look at the
Majority
sheep.
of them are going to be Thursday. Yes.
Look how cute they look in the sunlight.
I did move the sheep.
Oh, they're happy.
Yes. They got lots of different things to eat besides just the Japanese stilt grass and an occasional ailanthus. And here they have quite a bit of different stuff.
Fun.
Yeah. And I only use 2 of the fences, so.
We have an extra one.
Yep, have an extra one.
It's nice having an extra one. That makes such a big difference, especially like for the chickens and all of the different. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so we are. Oh, we need to go up over here. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and we're just going to walk. We're going to do a little walk.
Winston's not coming. He's heard something and is going the other way. That's all right. Let him do his job, I guess.
Oh, he's going.
He's going backwards.
He didn't want to. I'm trying to watch him walk right now.
He looks good.
You coming?
He's like, well, why'd you stop?
Yeah. Okay. The date is August 4th, 2010. I think I was like 34 years old.
They're not going to figure this out.
And I just finished lunch, working at a corporate job, just finished lunch, downtown Portland. And I'm walking back to the office, and I stop at a crosswalk. We're gonna have to get them out of there.
Yep.
And across the street in downtown Portland,
Can we get through over there? Sorry to interrupt. Or do we have to go back around?
There's
Okay, I just wanted to
that
check.
spot over that they can get out.
I'll get him. You continue your story.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue the story the best I can without squirrel brain. So across the, as I'm on the crosswalk, waiting for the crosswalk to allow me to cross, across the street, I see a young lady holding a clipboard, and she's just staring at me, clearly waiting for me to cross the street. So the crosswalk turns white. Kinsley, stop eating the poop. Hey, just hang on one second. Okay, all done. I cross the street, and the lady approaches me, the young woman, and she says, have you ever thought about sponsoring a child? Which, no, was the answer to that question. At young age 34, no, I had definitely not thought about sponsoring a child. And in fact, in that time of my life, this was shortly after, it was 2 years after separating from my first wife, and my 2 young kids, the 2 boys, I think they were probably 11 and 9, maybe 12 and 9 and a half, something like that. And it was a difficult time for myself and the boys. And but anyway, so I started talking with this lady, and she was telling me about how to sponsor a child across the world through a program called Children International. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship video for the Keeping It Kraemer here. This is just telling me the story. So I'm gonna turn the camera and show you guys what's going on as I talk. So I was talking to her about the program, and she was basically saying, you know, for a small monthly amount per month, you can sponsor a child anywhere in the world, and you have lots of selection to choose from. So it's like, you know what? The idea was intriguing. So I said, sure, let's do it. I think it's like $25 a month. And at that point in time, I could afford the $25 a month, even though I wasn't making a lot of money, and I wasn't wealthy, but I wasn't poor. So I was like, okay, let's just do this. So she flips through a couple different photos of kids, and I think it was like the 4th one or so, it came up with this. I think he was like just about to turn 6. His name was Isaac, and last name was Wanakamba from Zambia. Okay, so here I am, newly divorced, single, raising 2 kids, deciding to take on sponsorship of a young kid completely other side of the world. And I was thinking to myself as this lady was telling me about it, okay, I'll do this for a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes and play, kind of see how it goes. So, whoa, careful there, honey. All right, I'm going to turn back around here. We're walking the fence line. This is the perimeter fence that I put in for the dogs. Okay, so I got the paperwork. I signed up. I was running a little bit late to work, but you know what? It was important for me to get this done. And head back into work, and I'm showing all my coworkers, and they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And later that evening, I picked up the kids from school, and as we're having dinner, and I remember it clearly, it was spaghetti and corn.
Single dad moment.
Hey,
Nate cooking.
no judgments. It was spaghetti and corn.
Hey, you got a vegetable and that's what, you're good.
And I was like, hey kids, I want to let you guys know that I decided to sponsor a child. And they're like, oh, that's really neat. So I showed them, read about him, and he and his family are really poor. There's not a lot of industry. Actually, there's no industry in the village that they live in Zambia. And my $25 a month is going to help to go towards his schooling, clothing, and food and other household necessities. So it's going to help him and his family, I think. And he has 1 sibling and then mom and dad. So, well, I didn't really know what to expect with this program, and pretty much most of the time didn't really have a lot of involvement in it. Occasionally I would get updates from him. It was probably about, twice a year?
You'd get a new photo, and usually around the holidays,
his birthday or holiday,
you would get like a handwritten note from him.
Right.
And it was usually maybe a sentence or 2.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that was kind of
yeah,
we'd get the updated picture every year.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed those. I really liked getting the messages. Most of the time they were pretty much the same thing. How are you and your family? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the sponsorship. Thanks for being a part of our family. I'm doing well, learning things. Here's my favorite subject in school. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
But it was really neat to see over the years him grow, albeit pretty slow. He's always been a kind of a smaller kid.
Yeah.
And so the 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years quickly turned into 4, 4 quickly turned into 8. And I think it was about the 8th year, I'm really ashamed about this, that it was my first time actually replying back to him. And by this time, you and I were together.
We were married.
Yeah, actually it was probably the 6th year because it was fairly early into our
we were
marriage.
married, but yeah.
In fact, the first time you came into my apartment when we were dating,
I was looking at all the pictures because he had quite a few different kids on his wall, and I'm like, which 2 are yours?
my kids, my niece and nephew,
and then I think a friend's kids, and then
that's right, yeah.
And I was like, and who's this one?
Yeah, and then one that is very much not like the rest.
So it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So 6 years in, and decided to write him a letter, and I was telling him about Katie and I being married, the kids and us going camping a lot, our
Boating,
dogs.
yeah.
It was of Kinsley and Floyd, and Ellie, Kinsley,
Ellie,
Floyd, and Ellie. Yeah. You guys never met Ellie. Yeah. So 6 years then turns into 8 years, and 8 to 10, so on and so forth. Well, I get this letter in the mail yesterday, two or 3 days ago, and it was from Children International, and I thought it was going to be another one of those update letters.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Kraemer? Thanks for your sponsorship, all those kind of things, with an updated photo. But instead, it was a letter from Children International stating that Isaac has graduated the CI program, the Children International program, and that I was no longer going to be his sponsor.
Aww.
It still gets me, like I'm about to tear up. And quite honestly, I'm going to turn the camera. I had really never thought about the end of the program.
Adulthood.
Because over those years, I really did grow to have him kind of be part of the extended family, I guess, since we couldn't see him very often, ever.
Yeah, we had,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we had made plans with a friend that was from Africa, and it was right before COVID.
Yes.
And unfortunately, things happened, travel ceased, we weren't able to go, but we had plans to go out there and try to go and meet, work with CI and see if we could actually have an arranged meeting so we could officially meet Isaac.
Yeah, but that never did happen.
Yeah.
And in fact, over those years, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back a little bit. Over those years, financially, we got a little bit, better off. And I decided to not only increase the monthly donation amount, but every birthday and Christmas, I would give him a pretty large sum of money compared to how much I was given each month. And then in addition to that, I decided to take on the sponsorship of a second child. And this was a young girl in the Dominican Republic, and I still sponsor her. So get the letter stating that I am now no longer able to sponsor Isaac. And it did say that I can write him a letter, and I can stay in touch with him outside of the CI program, but I can get in touch with him by sending an email to an address, and they'll forward it off to him. So I'm hoping that the email that I wrote is going to get to him, and that he can reply in some way, and we can stay in touch, because he was 6 years old, nearly 6. His birthday is August 24th, August 19th. I started sponsoring him August 4th. And so just about to turn 6. He's now 19 years old. It was 13 years of sponsorship with him. And then to get this letter stating, it's over, was really quite shocking. Let's go check everything out.
The ruse.
So I wrote him a really long email, sent him some updated photos, kind of let him know what life has taken us, the journey that it's taken us over the last 3 years. But I really hope to stay in touch with him and be able to communicate with him outside of the CI program more frequently. Maybe one day we can meet in person. But yeah, that was unexpected and quite... I'm trying to tell a story, ladies.
Shenanigans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are we stranger danger now? Was I gone too long? Am I stranger danger? I think I'm stranger danger.
You are stranger.
I'm stranger danger now.
Hi, shenanigans.
I feed you. Oh, okay. Now you understand. Okay. What goobers.
Yeah. All right. So I think you get the gist. I hope to stay in touch with them over the years. I really want to see him grow up into mature adulthood. I want him to know what we're up to. Maybe one day we can get a chance of meeting in some way, being able to go out there, have him come out here. Who knows? Maybe it's a pipe dream, but that's kind of what I'm hoping for. CI, Children International, did send along a packet for another young boy in Zambia that is 5 years old, and I have to make the decision of whether I want to
Start it again
or not.
Yep.
It's a tough decision because unlike the first time 13 years ago, I was like, okay, I can do this for 1 or 2 years, and like I didn't know what it was going to entail in terms of an emotional connection with the child. Now I know that if I commit, I need to commit, and things are different for us financially and commitment in terms of time-wise, and so I'm thinking about it. I haven't ruled it out, but I haven't said yes yet. But I haven't stopped sponsoring the young lady or young girl from Dominican Republic. So, kind of that's the story. The conclusion is, okay, then whatever. I'm not really good at conclusions, but that's where we're at. So, it was an unexpected letter. Yep. It really did throw me.
It did. I was like, "Are you okay?"
I was sad. Yeah, I was really, really sad about it because it's just, it was taken from me versus having it be a choice.
Yeah.
But honestly, it would have been a choice I wouldn't have been able to make because I know that whatever it is, the $50 or whatever it is that I spend per month on them, to us, $50 is, it's a lot, but it's not even close to what it means to them.
Yeah.
And so that's also a part of the thing that really breaks my heart is knowing that they didn't have a choice either for this to end.
Because he aged out of the program.
Yeah. And so there's that portion of it too. But anyway, that's my story. That's where we're at. So I will say, if any of you have ever thought about sponsoring a child, whether it's here in the United States or somewhere across the world, and you kind of been dipping your toes in the water per se and haven't made that decision, if you can, I highly suggest it because it was very, very rewarding to see all that, to see the growth and to know that the money that we spent was helping them in some way. It was cool. I really liked it. Okay, with that said, tomorrow, actually today, the rest of the day, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be going around the homestead and we're gonna be making a list.
Making a list, checking it twice. Gonna prioritize all the things we need to do.
So close.
I don't like Christmas music.
At all.
At all.
Okay, so we're gonna be making a list, and then starting tomorrow, we have a little bit more than 2 weeks worth of just getting stuff done and kicking butt.
Yep, taking names.
Yep, and we do plan on filming every single day and putting out the Kraemer Life video.
The Kraemer Life vlogs, yeah.
To go through that 2-week challenge.
Yeah, and it'll be projects, what we're working on. It'll be similar to this daily vlog, but it's not just us talking, it's actually us doing projects and explaining what we're doing a little bit. They probably won't be like the fancy 20 Nates type video,
Depends on how I'm feeling that night while I'm editing.
Yeah, because it'll be post it the next day.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. I also know that there's going to be some ups and some downs.
Yeah.
And so, but it'll be fun. It'll be good to get a bunch of stuff done. It'll be good to get the Kraemer Life going again. And it'll be really nice to start focusing on that house.
Yes, getting to a point where we can go back in there.
Yeah.
So that'll be probably hopefully towards the end of the 2 weeks is us getting into the house is the goal.
Yeah.
And doing some projects in there to get us ready to start working in there again.
I'm reserving the full 2 weeks to finish all the tasks before that.
I know. I'm like the more than optimistic to the almost, what is the definition of insanity? But, hey, I try.
So.
Cool.
All right. So we'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
What are we going to do with this one? This vlog? Because we're not going to continue to do daily on...
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we're still working through is if we continue to do daily Keeping It Kraemer vlogs, because as you all know, it's been us talking about what we've been doing that day, but if the Kraemer Life is going to be showing that, then there's no sense in us talking about it.
Yeah.
So we haven't fully decided on the schedules for both channels. We'll let you know when we have a better decision, but things may change on this channel too.
Yeah, and so one of the things we were throwing around was maybe story time. And so if there's any topics or any questions that y'all have that you want us to talk about, maybe that's something we can do. And it'll be a little different, like how did we meet, whatever, stuff like that. We get a lot of questions along those lines, so we may do something around that. It won't be so much our daily vlog. It'll be just getting to know us a little better.
Yeah, or something. We just
Something
don't
like
know.
that.
We just don't know.
Or we'll just take a break.
Yeah, or we'll take a break. We don't know. But with that, we do know we'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
And we'll kind of show you the list a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
He's kind of a bully.
Which one?
The big guy in there.
Oh, yeah.
The Brahma, or he must be a Cochin.
I don't know.
Because remember, other Cochin was a jerk too.
Yeah.
The poor little Faverol, he just runs.
Yep. Maybe we can rehome him somewhere.
This one, the Faverol I want to keep. He's
Oh,
for
the little
tiny. No, this is the bully right here, the big guy.
Yeah. The bully, yes, I know that. And
Oh.
the funny looking ones.
Oh, those are, yeah, those ones are okay. It's the Faverol, which is the brown one. He's back at the food right now with his head down
Salmon
eating.
Faverol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can rehome him, is what I was going for. The salmon Faverol.
No.
No, you'd want to do the.
He's our breeder.
Not
See?
rehome him on a different homestead.
Oh.
Put him into a different coop.
I'm like,
We're gonna go. Bye bye.
don't take him away from me.